man, the timestamps for the past, 4 episodes have all been scarily similar. It's a fear nearly identical to when you're taking a multiple-choice test and filling out a Scantron, and your last 4 answers have all been B, and you're about to choose B again for an unbelievable 5th time. And then you second-guess yourself. Surely the teacher wouldn't have the answer be B 5 times in a row. You spend a little more time than you normally would have on the question, but eventually just answer B anyway and conclude that you were being paranoid. But you still wonder. If I'm ever a teacher, I'm going to make a 50-question test and have every answer be A. Sure, you'd think that would make it easy to cheat, but the cheater would look at adjacent tests and see the cascade of A's and conclude that he unwittingly chose to sit between 2 morons. So he'd stair-step it and get 13 right. Of course, the majority of the class would either also be cheaters or overly paranoid about the 50 A's in a row, and so 13 probably wouldn't be too far below the class average. And of course I'd curve it so the cheater in question would probably make it out with a C-. The moral of the story? Cheating is a bad idea, but not the worst idea. But yeah, the timestamps. I don't know why, but I'm beginning to worry these things are becoming too formulaic, too much a show governed by reflex actions. It should be flowing and formulaic and prone to change at the drop of a hat. I never understood that expression. Maybe you actually have to drop a hat. Nothing. I feel no change. Whatever. Good afternoon, butt kickers. It's December 8th, the 342nd day of 2011, which means it's reading day. Reading day is called as such because it's the day after classes end and before finals begin, so it's essentially a day of free time. And, not wanting to discourage scholarly pursuits 100% of the time, the university decided to call today Reading Day, as in it's a free day, why not spend it reading? I've always been one for realism personally, but then again, Reading Day is a lot catchier than Video Games and Junk Food Day, or Probably Should Study but Totally Won't Day, or Nursing Your Walloping Hangover Day. I wrote the script for today's episode, which I guess is kind of like reading. I mean, I certainly read what I type after I type it, to make sure it sounds right, is devoid of any. Today might not be reading day for you, but I encourage you to pause today anyway, to take a little break. Chances are you deserve it. Also, 31 years ago today, John Lennon was murdered, cementing once and for all his place as the patron saint of hippies. All you need is love. Unless some hollow point bullets are flying at you. In that situation, love, sure, but some Kevlar would be nice. Also, the shooter, Mark David Chapman, was obsessed with and perhaps even driven to commit murder by the book The Catcher in the Rye. So maybe you shouldn't participate in Reading Day after all, lest you be a murderous lunatic. Just a thought. Speaking of thoughts, I'm out of them for today, so until tomorrow I'm Griff and I'm still talking.